Ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Welcome to the 5th annual retirement ceremony of Ron Lawrence. That's right, he could have left Citrus Heights, rode off into the sunset, came to Costa Mesa. That's why it's the 5th annual.
Order! On! Detail! Halt!
Please pray with me as we have an invocation for a great man who is retiring today, Chief Ronald Lawrence. Dear Lord, we are gathered in your presence to celebrate the retirement of Chief Ronald Lawrence, a man who has dedicated his life to bringing out the best in police officers and all personnel who have had the privilege to work with him in his many years of public safety leadership. He's a man dedicated to you, and as you commanded Joshua to be strong and courageous, Chief Lawrence has taken your word and applied it to the profession for which you directed him. He's led us with strength and courage, compassion and justice, courageous innovation, as well as unconventional innovation to inspire each of the Costa Mesa people in the police department to perform at our highest level. He's led us with vision and hope, insight and wisdom. He takes personal pride in our accomplishments, and he first praise and allocates to those of the leadership that around him that he has developed and enabled. Being strong and courageous in his beliefs that the best is yet to come for the Costa Mesa Police Department, as well as the City of Costa Mesa. He's a person that is not afraid of preserving the best of conventional and traditional methods that work well. At the same time, he strives for innovation and improvement. We thank you that the city manager and the city council have appointed interim chief Joyce LaPointe as they seek a person to replicate the qualities of the leader who recognized that it is time to step aside and allow those who is influenced and enabled to blossom and lead to new heights. We pray for your blessings on Chief Ronald Lawrence in retirement and all of his endeavors, and in the past as well as those that may lie ahead. We thank you for preparing this leader with skills, thoughts, experience, and training to provide excellence and progressive leadership. We ask this in the name of your Son. Amen.
Yesterday, part of our team was at a graduation for 6 new officers in the city of Costa Mesa. It was an incredible moment, and to see these young men and women answer the call and start this profession was so inspiring. And then part of our team was at a funeral, and that part of our team was at a funeral up in Ontario for Officer Riveros, who was slain a few weeks ago. You may have remembered that in the news. So it was a pretty surreal moment for me and reminded me of how special the people are that do this job and how special the man that we're honoring today is after 35 years. So if you would, join me in a moment of silence. Thank you for that. Rock and Ron. Those from NorCal will know Rock and Ron, or what Rock and Ron means. He never really told us. But since arriving in Costa Mesa, he's been called the Maverick, and most recently, Ronnie Lawman. I think he gave himself that last one, which is really not what you're supposed to do when you have a nickname, but no, actually, I think it was the POA president who gave him the name Ronnie Lawman. And how do you earn such a name? Well, when you arrest a burglar in your own house, in your living room, you get a name Ronnie Lawman. And I can tell by the claps, most of you have heard this story 4 or 5 times from Ronnie Lawman. If you haven't, it goes like this. New house under construction. Jen and the chief are living in a rental. Half the house is missing, walls missing, windows, doors. And sure enough, a burglar comes over, pretending to be a construction worker, stages things. He's going to come back and steal their stuff in the next day or so. Didn't know he was in the chief's house, I'm assuming. Although Brad Pitt just got jacked pretty good, so maybe he wasn't scared of the chief. But so what does the chief do? He goes, well, I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to hunker down in the house that he's not living in, and I'm going to wait And so him and Jen formed this amazing plan. He's going to be upstairs. He's going to huddle up because I don't think the heat's working or the doors and windows are gone, so it doesn't matter. And Jen's going to be in the safety of the house 3 or 4 miles away and heat on just in case, the burglar shows up. She'll be there for backup. So there he is. He's waiting, and this guy shows up. I got to admit, his executive staff were like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And even if the guy shows up, that sounds like a bad idea, but he never really listened to us. So there he is. This guy shows up. The chief gets up out of bed. He's got his gun. He's got his radio. He might have been missing a few other tools, but he didn't have his tool belt. So he goes to the stairs, and here's the guy downstairs, and slowly comes down the stairs, and there he is in the middle of the living room. And Chief goes, "Get on the ground, you." I don't know what else he said. I wasn't there, so you can't quote me on this. Do you remember what you said? No. But something to that effect. And the guy does. Freaked out, gets on the ground. Chief holds him at gunpoint, or the low ready, and calls for backup. Can you imagine those poor officers? He's like, "I need a code 3 follow." I can only imagine they're like, "We're going to the chief's house." Oh my Lord, why did I work today? So they're going to the chief's house, code 3. They get there. Chief's got this guy already down on the ground, face down. They put him in handcuffs. They arrest him safely without any injuries. They take him to jail. I think he pleads out by noon that day. Who wants to go to a trial when you've just been caught by the chief inside of his house trying to burglarize him? And that's when we knew in the city of Costa Mesa that we hired Batman. Not Rock and Ron. I don't know why I sounded like Al Pacino there, I'm sorry. But Batman. And not the Batman like Bruce Wayne that has a yacht off the coast of Newport Coast, and if he does, he's never invited us, but the Batman that if he sees injustice, no matter when, no matter where, he takes action. They live 3 miles that way, and it takes him 30 minutes to get to work every day because he drives every back street, every back alley in case there is criminal activity afoot. Family, am I right? He's thinking maybe there's an officer that needs backup, and he takes his time to make sure that everybody knows he's a chief of police, and he has set the tone for this department in the last 4 years. He has changed culture in a good way, and he's created a vision that is forever going to affect this community and this department. And for that, I am humbled to be a captain of his and stand before you today as your master of ceremonies. Now I could go on and on all day about funny stories about rickshaws and his favorite band, Spandex Nation. That's really a band. Google it. Actually, do not put that in an internet search. But there are many others that would like to say some kind words about our chief. So without further ado, I'd like to invite to our stage our mayor, Mr. John Stevens.
We have another beautiful day in the great city of Costa Mesa. Here we are, the best weather in the world. Sorry for all the other chiefs that have inferior weather that are here. Beautiful breeze coming in from Newport Beach. And we're here to honor a great man. And I've got mixed emotions, and I wrote some of them down on the back of this napkin in between the pledge and the invocation. The first emotion I have in speaking and honoring my good friend and our great chief, Ron Lawrence, is gratitude. I'm so grateful for the work he's done. What Captain Chomna said is true. Completely changed the culture, so we are a destination city. When Captain Chomna talked about recruits coming to our city, you should all understand how important that is and how difficult that is. We're in a tough environment to recruit police officers in Southern California. And what the chief and his command staff, Interim Chief LaPointe and Captains Watkins and Chomness have done is created a destination department with a strong culture, a department that people want to be a part of, a department where people come to work with enthusiasm every day. And I can tell you, Chief, if I get so many compliments about the Costa Mesa PD, and trust me, if there were complaints, I would get them too. And you do a wonderful job, and you all do a wonderful job. So gratitude. Thank you. The other emotion is admiration. I'm 62 years old, a senior citizen. I've never met anybody quite like Chief Lawrence. When I talked to him on the phone the first time, the first question I asked him was, "Are you a Giants fan?" Because he's from Northern California. And he gave a very non-committal response. And then we went out to breakfast, and we're driving around, and he's like, "Well, is this Santa Ana? Is this Costa Mesa?" It was like his first day on the job. So when you think about that, that was in September of 2021. Now fast forward to today, and look at the accomplishments and the admiration and the relationships he's created in a relatively short period of time. I've never met a man who has the capacity and the ability to make those types of connections in a short period of time for the greater benefit of the city that we all love. The other is sadness. I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to work with Chief Lawrence every day. And one of the reasons why is Chief Lawrence, and many of you have experienced this, is a great listener. And so sometimes when I'm driving around, I'll just call him because I need somebody to listen to me. And I'm a great talker. He's a great listener. So Chief Lawrence and I are like peanut butter and jelly. You know, we're just really good together. And so in terms of listening, Joyce, you have some work to do there. I'm gonna call you on my way home every day, and we're gonna talk. The other emotion is happiness. I'm happy because Chief Lawrence is not only the chief, he's my friend and my neighbor. So the time he's gonna have on his hands allows us to do more fun activities together. For instance, right after the State of the City, it's true, we had this caper we planned where I was going to leave the State of the City, and there was a ball game that began at Angel Stadium at 1:07, and the State of the City ended at 1:30. So Ron came around with his car. He picked me up. I changed my shirt. Same pants. I put on a baseball hat, and we went to Angel Stadium. We ended up getting there in the bottom of the fourth inning. I'm not kidding. I couldn't make this up. As we're walking out to our seats, one of the Angels, Adele, hits a home run. Before we got to our seats, another Angel hit a home run. We were celebrating. It was unbelievable. We felt like we were the good luck charm. Ron was the good luck charm. So all I can say, Ron, on behalf of all Angel fans, please, in your retirement, attend more games. Attend more games. Finally, emotion I feel is relief. It's certainly not lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on anyone here, that you, Chief Lawrence, and all of the police officers in uniform have a very dangerous job and a risky job. And every time they put on that uniform, every time you put on that uniform and you go out to serve the public, you're putting yourself on the line. And after every shift, your family is relieved that you came home safely. And I'm relieved, and I'm sure his family's relieved, that Ron is going to have his last shift, and after a great 35-year career, he's safe. Amen.
Hello, everyone. Where to begin? Since coming to Costa Mesa in December of 2023, it's really been my distinct honor to not only work with Chief Lawrence, but to get to know him. He really is a special leader. He has been an integral part of the city's executive team and has contributed quite a bit to the information gathering and the decision making that goes on in the city. So thank you, Chief. We have benefited from the depth and breadth of all of your law enforcement experience. You've got so much experience with state boards and commissions, including President of Cal Chiefs in 2019. And we will forever miss you. you leave a legacy here in Costa Mesa. And even though you'll be retiring, you'll always be part of the Costa Mesa family. We're happy that you will continue to call the City of Costa Mesa home. And if there's ever a retirement annuitant opportunity coming up, you will be the first person that we think of when it comes to feral cats or bees. So leave some time in retirement for that and enjoy. We'll miss you.
Good morning, everybody. It's so great to be here. I'm Katrina Floyd, County Supervisor, representing the fabulous 5th District, which of course includes Costa Mesa, my home, not only my home, but where I've served with 6 police chiefs here in Costa Mesa. And I will say there are 3 that have really impacted not only my personal and professional life, but our community in a way that is maybe undeniable and with legacy. And Chief Lawrence joins the top 3 on my list. and I just want to say how so much has changed in Costa Mesa in 10 years. And all of you who know what I'm talking about, think about 10 years ago and how far we've come in 10 years with our police department. How much leadership you have shown to bring up in the ranks people who are so knowledgeable and caring and compassionate and serving with not only leadership for the department, but leadership in the community. Setting a model, like the mayor said, of being out in the community, of being somebody that people can rely on and people know is going to be there and show up with lived experience, with compassion, empathy, care, and love. And so I have very much enjoyed working with you, Chief, whether it's clearing encampments in a compassionate but important way, or whether it's responding to neighborhood complaints, taking my calls at all hours and debating with me about what should be done in a particular situation, and then still being friends. John knows a little bit about how that works. But also, you know, just showing up in times of need for so many. We truly, truly appreciate you, and you're not going anywhere. I'm going to still call you because I rely on my mentors who are former police chiefs to give me insight, to help me work through law enforcement issues so that I can lead in a meaningful way. And I'll continue to do that with you if you'll let me. And I appreciate you in terms of you, who you depend on in your executive team and your choices for the future. So thank you, Chief. Thank you for everything you've given to our community. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for sharing your husband with us and sharing your husband with California for the last 35 years and being willing to be a steadfast partner for a very difficult job that's scary sometimes and that comes with a lot of sacrifice for your family. So thank you for being his rock, and I know you're going to enjoy the retirement more than all of us, right? So Chief, I'd like to present you on behalf of the County of Orange this proclamation documenting your history here and in your career. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chief. On behalf of Assemblywoman Kati Petrie Norris, we want to share our sincere thanks and gratitude to you for your service, for this department, for this city, for everything you've done. You've been an invaluable advisor to her over the years on public safety, on legislation. We truly respect and value you, but also your friendship. We truly mean that, your friendship. You are an amazing, gifted person. And I'll just say from a personal note, as a resident, as somebody who interacts with you all the time, and I've said this before recently with a couple of people, because for me, it's truly the definition of a leader. It's not just a public servant, but a servant leader. You truly do define that definition, that embodiment of servant leadership, because it's really indicative of the way you work with your command staff, with your officers, city management, the city council, and members of this community. You truly are a rare breed, and you truly are the embodiment of a servant leader and a public servant. And I was looking the whole time right here at your values. Every organization has values. Every department, public, private, everybody has values. And you try to do your best to embody those values and instill those values into your organization, into the leaders of your organization, to the people who work in your organization. And those values truly embody you, your command staff, your department, your officers, this city, and every day you strive to achieve those values. And that is what makes this department great. That's what makes you great. That's what makes your command staff and our new chief great. We really do thank you and congratulate you. And last advice is, when you're driving down Adams and you get lit up by Joyce, pull to the side, hands 10 and 2, everything will be fine. So congratulations, Chief. On behalf of the State Assembly and Assemblywoman Kati Petrie-Norris, congratulations on your retirement.
Hey, good morning. Again, my name's Sean Talese. I have the pleasure of serving not only as the chief of the Tustin Police Department, but also as the vice president of the California Police Chiefs Association. And so on behalf of our president, Jason Salazar, and the entire Cal Chiefs Association, we do want to congratulate Chief Ron Lawrence on an outstanding career. And something that you may not know, in the state of California, there's 335 police chiefs. And so for one to be chosen amongst their peers to be the president, the leader of our association, just I think echoes the sentiments that were shared today about Chief Lawrence's leadership, his compassion, his vision. I certainly am going to miss him and his leadership, his mentorship. But again, so it's been mentioned he was our 54th president of the California Police Chiefs Association. And again, congratulations, Chief. Thank you.
So I should have done this earlier, but this is good. It's good to have the council up. So Mayor Pro Tem Manuel Chavez, Councilmember Mike Bewley from District 4 for Manuel, District 1 for Mike Bewley, and Jeff Pettis from District 6. So we not only have a commendation for the chief. Chief, come on up. But we also have a gift on behalf of the council. You know, in his retirement, we're hoping that Ron has some time to play some more golf. So what we did is we got you a 7-wood, and I'm told not many golfers have a 7-wood in their bag, but supposedly for senior golfers. This will take some strokes off your game, and in the event it doesn't, and you hit the ball into numerous water hazards, which is, I think, likely. We brought you 12 golf balls, and they're two-tone, so you could see them if they're in the. Just hypothetically, if they get in the rough or something like that, and you'll be able to do that. And so we also have this commendation for you, Chief, and we're going to take a photo. But before we do, I just want to give the floor to these 3 council members just for a moment to say their thoughts and what they have to say at this time. So let's start with our Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor Stevens. Honestly, it's really difficult to know where to begin when talking about Chief Lawrence's time here in Costa Mesa. So I'll bring it back to the most granular level I can and talking about his commitment to caring for our community. Every single time I've asked Ron to go to an event in my community, maybe to speak with children at Save Our Youth, to go to do community outreach in Shalimar Park, to just walk the beat, he has always come. And he's always brought a smile on his face and a warmth to the place. When I got to City Council, my community, West Costa Mesa, had some hesitancy when it came to working with PD. A lot of that was due to the 10 years that was mentioned prior And it was really sad for me because part of my job felt like bridging the community and the PD together. Ron really was the final piece that clicked. It brings me immense joy when I see him at events and I see the Spanish-speaking community, the Spanish-speaking moms talking to him with full confidence. It brings me joy when I have residents thanking me for CMPD's quick and responses to crimes that pop up in our community. And it gives me immense joy when I see the pride our officers have and the love they have for serving our community. Ron is going to be part of our community forever because his leadership style has permeated our organization. And when I think of legacy, most people think of accomplishments. I think of values you pass on to others. And I know Costa Mesa is a lot safer place because Ron is our police chief.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Mayor and community, and thanks, Chief Ron. And I'm kind of ill-equipped to give a detailed account of Ron's wonderful experience and accolades, having only been a member here for about 6 months. I'm almost thinking maybe I'm bad luck. I've been elected, and Ron's out the door, and you guys probably heard we have a city manager issue, and so I don't know. I hope this is turning over of a new leaf, but I will say I've had a brief opportunity to get to meet Ron shortly after being elected. The mayor was nice enough to invite me to be part of their foursome in a Costa Mesa United golf tournament, and I do concur that that 7-iron or the 7-wood will assist you in your game. But I'd further concur, you get to know people when you're out there walking 18 holes and in playing, and you see if they cheat a little bit, if they add to their strokes. You get to see their calm demeanor, and I was nice enough to have an opportunity to sit with Chief Ron when I was first elected to learn about the department. But I think probably where I learned the most about him is I took an opportunity. One of the perks of the job, you get to know the city and you get to get engaged, and I went out for a ride along with a couple officers from 9 at night till 1 or 2 in the morning, and I got to hear from the beat cops, if you will, their admiration and their appreciation of what Chief Ron has brought to the department. And I heard from these gentlemen about how we truly are. He's brought a service mindset to the community and a service mindset to the culture. And again, I've only been here about 6 months, but I'll miss Chief Ron, and I think we're in good hands with Chief LaPointe. And he shared with me in that first meeting when he was meeting the newly elected, and who is this new guy, and he's going to be a pain in the butt, and all of that stuff. And he had Vice Chief LaPointe sitting in on that meeting, and he assured me that he's got a succession plan here in the city, and everybody who he works with and works for and on his executive staff, he has them involved, and it's a team-oriented mentality, and it's how he spreads the culture. And I'm hoping that that's accurate, so we'll be checking out with Chief LaPointe. And again, Chief Ron, I am blessed too that he lives in my neighborhood, so he makes the city safe. Having him in my neighborhood is going to make my neighborhood safe, and I hope to see him jogging around through my neighborhood. So thanks, Chief.
Wow, congratulations, Chief Lawrence. Good for you. I ran in 2020 and lost, so for District 6, and one of the things I heard during that time was the city had been through some recent turmoil in the department with some leadership stuff. I wasn't sure what it was, but I was like, oh God, I lost anyway. But I'm thinking if the top of the ticket is having trouble, I'm not sure if I want to do this thing that I had lost anyway. So fast forward to this most recent cycle, and we have a mutual friend, the Cardula family. I grew up with Chris Cardula, and he told me, you have to get to know Ron Lawrence. He's a good man, and he's a good leader. And I actually did win, obviously, and coming in to meet Ron Lawrence and meet the police and see what it's all about, it was all true, very much so. And as a leader, I work for the federal government in my day job, and as a leader myself, I learned that the thing that is the most important is the people that you're leading, that they trust you, and that there's that you treat them with respect and kindness and lead them, and everything will go a lot more smoothly. And from all the police officers I've talked to out in the community and the people that I work with currently confirm that he leads with those values. And I respect that greatly, and I admire it. And also, a caveat, when I'm on social media, and now they tell me you have to be super careful as an elected leader, don't be an adolescent like you normally are, Jeff. But I notice that even on my page, we follow, he likes every single friggin' picture and everything. I'm like, the chief is like watching. I'm like, it's a little bit, it kind of keeps me in check. So I appreciate that. So congratulations, Chief, and good luck. And I'm looking forward to working with Joyce LaPointe too. Congratulations.
Okay, so as a department, we have our traditions. The walkout that you saw today is something we traditionally do. We usually do it in the back lot. We call it the gauntlet, but today we did it out here. And another one of those traditions is we present to the retiree the shadow box, retirement badge, a special order, and a street sign. So if I can get Deputy Chief LaPointe, Captain Brian Watkins, and Chief Ron Lawrence to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the Field Operations Captain, Brian Watkins.
All right, good morning. It has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve on the command staff with Chief Lawrence. And Chief Lawrence promoted me and showed trust in me, mentored me, and I'll be forever grateful for all that you've poured into our leadership team. And we really do have an amazing team here. For those that don't know me, I'm super into fitness, exercise all the time, but I have to say, with Chief Lawrence, quite a few times I had to tell him to slow down because I was trying to catch my breath. This man likes change, and he came in here. He had a vision for our organization. And we had a culture of, I would call it a culture of scarcity and a little bit of status quo before you came, Chief. And we had to hit the ground running with Chief Lawrence. And thanks to all the change, and we talked about the culture change that he's implemented, we are at a place to reclaim our place as one of the premier law enforcement agencies in Orange County, thanks to your work, sir. And with that, I present you with your Rock and Ron street sign, which is a tradition here in the city, and your shadow box, sir, which of course he did not let us design. He designed it exactly himself because he knew exactly what he wanted. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. Deputy Chief Joyce LaPointe, soon to be Interim Police Chief, City of Costa Mesa. Thank you. Well, Chief, you can see there's a lot of love in this outdoor ceremony that we're having for you. Obviously, he picked this location and all of these things. He's got the attention to detail that we've always loved with him. First of all, I'd like to thank Chief's wife, Jen, and his family for being here and allowing us to steal your husband and your dad. I'm pretty sure you don't have to call him Rock and Ron or Chief Mav, Batman, all right, at home. But you have had to deal with a lot of being woken up in the middle of the night, notifications from me, probably a lot of events that he's had to miss. It's just a life of being a police chief. So thank you to you and your family for putting up with us for the last 4 years. Thank you. All right, I get the honor of issuing your special order and your retirement badge, which, by the way, scares me a little because it has my name on the back of it. So you heard a lot about Chief Ron Lawrence from many speakers today, all of which is true. And he has been the best boss, mentor, and friend that I could ever have hoped for the last 4 years to help me get me to this point in my career. But there's also another side of being a police chief, and there's 35 years of being a police officer all the way to getting to police chief. So let me tell you really what goes on behind the scenes. Chief Lawrence, you have survived 35 years of service in law enforcement because of your positivity, your can-do attitude, and the way that you build relationships. You have attended over 12,775 days of staff meetings and approximately drank 14,000 cups of coffee. You've attended over 800 city council meetings. Everyone. Each attended with unmatched patience, posture, and a perfectly pressed uniform and tie, as you can see here today. Without once sighing audibly in the mic, proving your extraordinary resilience and unparalleled mastery of the expression that says, "We'll get back to you on that." Over his course of his distinguished career, he has consumed no fewer than 3,200 old-fashioned donuts. His favorite, not mine. And an unknown, potentially alarming quantity of red velvet cupcakes, if you know him. And exactly 0 sprinkled pastries, cementing his reputation for not only being a great leader, but also a culinary traditionalist with impeccable taste. Your greatest strengths have always been your ability to influence meaningful change, reshape our department, build trust across all ranks and community, and implementing reform that have left our organization stronger and more connected and future ready. He has championed groundbreaking initiatives, including but not limited to advanced technology, building a pipeline of future leaders, and making staff members and command staff nervous everywhere with his classic, "What do you think?" emails. That always meant there's some work coming for all of us. You also ensured that weather reports, storm watch updates were always in every briefing, daily report. We realized that damage can come from earthquakes and we need to check our building structures. And we did. Your competitive spirit is matched only by your unbroken losing streak in the Motorhome Madness Derby. But hey, you raised a lot of money for chalk, and that's a win in everybody's book. His timeless leadership lessons have been immortalized in phrases such as TCB, taking care of business, get it done. It can be done. How do we get to yes? And we had to get to yes. No piles of tires means clean up your house, make things right. Sense of urgency and promotional notifications must be dramatic and immediate. NorCal is a lifestyle, also known as mandatory Ike jackets for everyone, if you like them or not. And name tags shall be centered. If you know, you know. There's a few retirees in the shop, so. All right, now therefore, let it be ordered that Chief Ron Lawrence is officially and forever commended for his outstanding service and dedication. Though he may be trading in his gun and badge for a retirement golf shirt, his influence will continue to echo the halls of CMPD, or at least until we can figure out how to cancel his calendar alerts. Let it also be known through stepping away, although you're stepping away from the role of chief, you remain a permanent member of our CMPD family. You're entitled to coffee in the break room, front row seats at Motorhome Madness this year. Woo! I'll be driving. Just you all want to watch me crash into stuff, I'll be doing that this year. Taking that from him. Perfectly centered name tags. And a leadership legacy that will guide generations to come. All right, it's also my honor to issue him his retirement badge. Today, I will be trading him his chief badge for this retirement badge. Please be easy on us out there. We do appreciate everything you've done for us, and we will certainly miss your leadership and friendship. All right, now we're here to hear from the honoree. Chief Ron Lawrence, will you please step up?
Wow. Yeah, Batman. It's hard to go last, but I feel the need to clean some things up. You know, some of this was true. But well, Councilmember Bewley, first of all, you're not bad luck. Just don't go to an Angels game, please. But I want to start, if you'll indulge me, with my wife, Jennifer, my best friend, because I have to rip the Band-Aid off so I don't get emotional through the rest of my speech. You've been my rock, my best friend, and I love you. And I know you wanted to kick me in the head on many occasions, in the middle of the night when I'm answering the phone, or on the weekends when I'm taking care of business at work. Thank you. We just celebrated our wedding anniversary on Monday, so. And I know that Captain Chamness introduced my two stepsons, but I also have two women in my life. In addition to my wife, I've got my beautiful stepdaughter, Taylor, and I have something for Taylor. You know, this is a celebration for not me. I mean, it is for me, but it's also for the city of Costa Mesa and our incoming police chief, Joyce LaPointe. I could not be more proud of my dear friend, my partner, my colleague, and somebody who's going to carry this organization well into the future. But it's a celebration for the city, too. You know, for those of you who have worked in city government or any government, or probably any business, times ebb and flow. You know, you go through great recessions, and you go through COVIDs, and you go through ups and downs. So to celebrate moments like this is really important for a city. So thank you for being here. It's important that we recognize Costa Mesa Police Department and the city of Costa Mesa. That it's just a fantastic place to live and to be. The truth is, I kind of wish I was bitter and frustrated and burnt out, because retiring would be easy. But the truth is, I love what I do. Being a police chief is a fantastic job. It's not easy. But with a team like this and the men and women of our police department and a supportive community, you can't go wrong. You know, we've got a great city council here, our mayor, John Stevens, and our mayor pro tem, Manuel Chavez, our great council members who are so supportive of Costa Mesa, and they pour their heart and soul into this community, and they really do care. Katrina Foley, my dear friend, our supervisor, these people care. They do what they do because they love this community and they care about this community. It is a pleasure to live with them and among them and with this community. I'll tell you a brief story. I wasn't here for very long, maybe a year, and I was sitting in my house, and it was a Saturday, and I got a call from our mayor, John Stevens, and he says, "Ron," and he sounded a little frantic, "Ron, are you home?" And at that moment, I'm thinking, oh my God, am I getting fired? What's going on here? He says, "Hey, my dog Louie is loose, and there's somebody trying to catch him, and I think they're about to run by your house." So I said, "Let me go check." So I ran out to the front yard, and sure enough, here's Louie running down the street. And I shepherded Louie back into his house. Of course, Louie knew right where he was going. But I got him into his house and got him safely home. And it was at that moment I realized, when you've helped rescue your mayor's dog, you've become the police chief. I mean, you're there. That was a milestone. I'm excited about the future, not just of the police department, but of our city. Cecilia, you're going to be a fantastic city manager. I'm excited about her new role. She's been a pleasure to work with. I know it's only been a brief period of time, but she's really been a true friend to the police department and to the city. Cody Pichi-Norris and Michael, too. Thank you for all of you've done. He is a true, genuine friend. I see him everywhere. If you think that I'm stretched thin and going to functions, he goes to like 3 times as many as I do. Everywhere I go, he's there, and he's just an amazing, amazing person. To our city staff, our fellow directors, Kim Barlow, our city attorney, Alma Reyes, our fire chief, Dan Stefano, even though he beat me at Motorhome Madness 3 years in a row. I won't hold that bitterness. at all. But Joyce is coming for you. She's going to get you. Steve, Raja, Carol, thank you all for your friendship. Carrie, I don't know if you're all here, but it's been a pleasure working with you all, and I know that our city staff here is bar none the best. And our police chiefs, the California Police Chiefs Association has been something I've been involved with for well over a decade, and it's always a pleasure. I see Tom Gazy in the back there, a former Costa Mesa police chief. These are not just my colleagues, but they're my friends. Dave Swing from Pleasanton is here. People I consider my best friends. People I can pick up the phone and say, I've got this situation. My mayor's dog's running down the street. What do I do? Maybe a little more serious than that, but these are people that are always there for me and have had my back. So I have not just so much respect for their professionalism, but for their friendship. Michael Kent, the president of our County Chiefs Association, just a stellar leader. And when you think about the drama that goes on in society, the police departments are the ones that are there front and center. We see the trauma, we see the death, we see the destruction. We also see the upside of humanity and the great things in life. And it's the police chiefs who have to hold our own departments together, because the men and women of our organizations truly do have a tremendous job with a lot of pressure. So to my police chief colleagues, thank you, I respect you, and I love you. Speaking of police chiefs, every community has a different personality. And when I say this intuitively, you're going to recognize what I say. But Costa Mesa has its unique personality, and it's different than Newport Beach or Huntington Beach or Irvine or Santa Ana or LA or San Francisco or Sacramento. We're all cities in California, but we're different. They have a different feel, they have a different tempo, they have a different personality. And the best police chiefs, they find their way to the fabric of those communities, people that are here that know this city, their city. And then they tailor their police department to match those needs. We want to make sure we protect our community. We don't police this community. We protect this community with you as our partners. And I'm just so blessed to see. I see Marcela Faust here, and with Human Options. We've got people like Flo Martin, Terry Facu, Ralph Taboda, Jen Tanaka, Juana Trejo, I hope Juana is here, Dave Brooks, people who live in this community who I've listened to. Sometimes when you're angry, you might not feel like I'm listening, but I am listening, and I hear you, and we hear you, and we want to cater to those issues, and your problems are our problems. And I'm proud to say that in Costa Mesa, long before I got here, the men and women of this department met those needs, because they know this city wants a police department who cares, that's empathetic to their needs, and is going to be there, not as an enforcer, but as a guardian, as a caretaker. And our department embodies that. And that was here long before I got here. All I had to do is surround myself with brilliant people and then get out of their way, which brings me to my command staff and my executive team. We've built something pretty phenomenal here. And I'm just so proud of Chief LaPointe, who's going to take center stage in a minute. We're going to, the city clerk's going to swear her in and administer the oath of office. And the team we built is a collaborative team, one that we can all close the door, we can shout at each other, we can debate an issue, we can disagree, and often, believe me, they disagreed with me and told me I was out to lunch, and I listened. And then together we formulated the best plan of action. We created something magical together. And that collaboration is what is a part of the Costa Mesa culture. From our command staff to our executive team, our lieutenants, our managers, our supervisors, all of these folks are people who really do care about you and their community. By the way, it's been bugging me. Katrina, you said I was in the top 3 of your police chiefs. Was I like number 1 or number? We'll talk later. That's been nagging me. It was right behind the Batman thing. That was number 2 on my mind. But with our team in Costa Mesa, we have managed a lot of great things, not just the ebb and flows of a community, the downsides, the tragedies that happen, but the upsides, the positives. We find people at their worst moment in life, and we leave them just a little bit better than we found them. And in the 3.5, 4 years that I've been here, this team, not just me, this team Chief LaPointe, our Captains Watkins and Captains Chamness, our lieutenants, our professional staff, our supervisors, our dispatchers. We've brought innovative techniques to help combat crime. We've developed internal leadership through succession planning, and frankly, caring for one another, but holding each other accountable. And that means me too, as the police chief. Because believe me, they tell me when I'm screwed up too, and I listen because they're telling me the truth. And I've learned a long time ago, if a leader surrounds themselves with just yes men and women, all you're going to do is hear an echo chamber of things you think you want to hear. What you have to do is surround yourself with a diverse team of leaders who have the courage to tell you what you need to know. And sometimes that means they tell you you're crazy. Apparently I'm crazy a lot. So, as we wrap up here, I just want to close, and this is really hard for me, so I'm going to try to keep it together. But Chief LaPointe has been a colleague, a partner, and a trusted friend, and I made no qualms about the fact that I had a succession plan. And I saw in her some true talent, and our captains as well, and our lieutenants as well. When I took this job as police chief, they were not at the ranks that they're at. I promoted them since I got here. And I was told, hey, you might need to look outside for your next command staff. You might need to find captains from externally. And I started to work with these people, and I thought, man, there's no way. These are talented people. We've got raw talent right here at Costa Mesa PD. They just need the opportunity. They need the opportunity and the space to be the leaders that they are, and I'm so proud. I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of the team we've made. So, thank you. Jen, I didn't cry more for the command staff than I did you. I'm sorry. That was a moment. That was a moment. We're going to close up. I'm going to do my last call on the radio, and I hope that Captain Chamis is on the motorcycle or my hand pack. Okay, we'll do it on the motorcycle because I was a former motor cop back in the 90s. So my last call is the last time I'll talk on the police radio. Hopefully I'll hold it together. And then after that, you're going to see a brief change of command ceremony with myself and Chief LaPointe. And albeit brief, it's very powerful and very symbolic. Because in the state of California, it's literally the law that any city that has its own police department has to have a sworn police chief at all times. You have to have a police chief, whether that's an acting chief, an interim chief, a permanent chief, you have to have a police chief. And so the symbolic change of command is me handing over the department flag to Chief LaPointe. And at that point, she will bear the burden of responsibility of the police department and the men and women of our Costa Mesa PD, which is a heavy, heavy responsibility. And I know she's up for the task. And in that moment that I hand her that flag, you'll see her accept that responsibility. And two things are going to happen in my mind. And you'll see it as I hand her the flag. The first one is my utter respect for her command of this department, because she's going to do great things for our future. The second thing is I'm going to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt, flip-flops, and having an old-fashioned before 6 o'clock. And if you thought to yourself, old-fashioned the drink or old-fashioned donut, the answer is yes. All right. Here we go. 44, Charlie.
44, Charlie 1.
44, Charlie 1, 7 OD for the last time. The men and women I've served with who we lost, so the men and women who I've worked with who retired before me, cheers. For the men and women who continue to serve in this noble profession, we've got the rush.
For the last time. Chief Lawrence, your Costa Mesa Police Department family, and the City of Costa Mesa, thank you for your professionalism, integrity, empathy, and courage that you displayed as the leader of the Costa Mesa Police Department. You have dedicated 35 years to the noble profession of law enforcement in the state of California, and we are honored that the last 4 years of your stellar career were spent here with us. Sir, it is my honor and sincere pleasure to thank you for your service to this department, city, and community. Wishing you good health and happiness as we bid you farewell in your well-deserved retirement. On Friday, June 27th, 2025, at 11:22 hours, Chief Ronald Lawrence, you are 1098.
Morning, Bridgeville. Hey, Caitlin. Hey, can you just show us that thing?
I, Joyce LaPointe,
I, Joyce LaPointe,
Interim Police Chief
Interim Police Chief
of the City of Costa Mesa Police Department,
at the City of the Costa Mesa Police Department,
do solemnly affirm
that
I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution
of
the United States
and
the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. For someone who's lived and worked in the city of Costa Mesa for the last 29 years, I never really believed that I would have the opportunity or timing to be a police chief here for the city of Costa Mesa. But this guy came into my life and changed that. And he has been the best boss, mentor, and friend that I could have ever asked for. So thank you for that. All right, good morning. It's almost the afternoon. To our city leaders, my colleagues, my friends, my family, and the Costa Mesa community, we appreciate you being here today and supporting us, because it's really about all of us as the city of Costa Mesa. Before I get started, I would like to acknowledge my family. Can you all please stand up? You don't get through 29 years of law enforcement with not having love and support. So to my wife, Lindsay, thank you. To my mom, you've seen me since I was this little baby. And you've never given up and made me get to where I am today, so thank you. My sister Christine, my nieces, Celeste and Sophia, and Celeste's husband, Dylan, thank you. You guys know what kind of toll this takes, and telephone calls, missed events. But thank you for being here today and supporting me. I couldn't have done this without you. You may be seated. Thank you. Standing here as the interim chief of police is a moment I never imagined when I first walked through these doors 29 years ago. Back then, I was excited. I was young, a lot younger. I was determined and I was focused on the mission at hand to serve my community and make a difference every day. And that priority for me has never changed. This department has been my professional home for nearly 3 decades. And the Costa Mesa City has been my personal home just as long. It is where I've built my life, it's where I've grown as a person, and it's where I've developed as a law enforcement leader. Each role has taught me something a little bit different about myself. It taught me about leadership, it taught me about community, and it taught me about how to take care of those and build relationships, because relationships matter. And like any good journey, I haven't walked it alone. I see so many friends and family members out here, but I would like to take the moment to recognize Cecilia Gardo Daly, Interim City Manager, Supervisor Foley, Mayor Stevens, Michael Tu, have Alma Reyes, council members, and our attorney, Barlow. I totally appreciate all of you. And I know you've put a lot of trust in me by giving me this opportunity, so thank you. To my new partners in crime, Captain Chamness and Captain Watkins, we will do great things. And I'm looking forward to the future with you. I do see Chief Gazy out there. He's in the back hiding, retired police chief, Costa Mesa. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, because I don't believe that I would be here today as a police chief if it wasn't for you. And the reason why I say that is because he introduced me to women leaders in law enforcement. And it's kind of a funny story, because I got called up to the captain's office as a sergeant, and that's never a good thing. You don't want that to happen, believe me. And he told me, hey, you're going to this class. It's women's leadership in law enforcement. I'm like, why do I want to go to women leaders in law enforcement? I want to be one of the guys. What, did I do something wrong? What are you doing to me, man? So I went to this conference, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world of leaders in policing. I was able to see that there are women's of all ranks. There were police chiefs. I walked into this networking event, and we're all in just our normal clothes, and we're hanging out and I'm talking to these people. And then the next morning they do the opening ceremonies, and all of these women are walking in with these 4 stars on their collars, and they were all real people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I talked to police chiefs. They really exist. Women police chiefs aren't unicorns. I'm not a unicorn. I want to be. Hey. Anyway, I digress. Chief Gazy, thank you for believing in me as a young sergeant and helping me find my way. So thank you. And of course, Chief Lawrence, you entered our department at a pivotal time. Your leadership has had a profound impact on us all, the city and our community, as you've heard by all the wonderful remarks. Many of us have experienced what I like being called Lawrenced. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with what being Lawrenced is, it means being nudged. Well, actually, it's more like being launched out of your comfort zone. He'll call you up in the middle of a meeting and make you just start talking about things you don't even know about. He'll have all these great ideas, and you just got to get it done like that. He pushes you to be the best leader that you can. And that's what being Lawrenced is. And you have definitely left us with that legacy. It's also about being challenged to think ahead, to move with urgency, to act with empathy, and to lead with clarity in the middle of a storm. You didn't just prepare us for today, but you inspired us and prepared us for tomorrow. You pushed us to embrace technology. Yes, flock cameras are a real thing, and we thought they were little toys, but you were right. They are crime-fighting tools, and we've made many, many arrests because of them. You taught us to forecast what the next generation of policing will demand, and you made sure that we were ready for it. Because of your leadership, this department is not only capable, it's more compassionate, it's more strategic, and we are more united. Chief Lawrence, thank you for not only setting the example, but for the trust you placed in all of us. Your legacy here is undeniable, and your impact will be felt for years to come. As we move forward from here, we will keep the momentum going in the right direction. To the men and women of Costa Mesa Police Department, I have stood by your side for nearly 3 decades. I know the streets that you patrol. I know your commitment. I know your courage. And I know the sacrifices that you and your families make every day to serve our community. I don't come into this role to lead above you. I come into this to lead with you. Together, we will continue to strengthen trust of our community. We will invest in officer wellness, retention, training, and innovation to assure our team is equipped to meet the challenges of modern-day policing. We will build on the legacy of this department to serve our community with pride and purpose. And most importantly, we will never lose sight of why we are here, to protect and serve with honor and compassion. This is a new beginning, a new chapter of service for me. And I step into this role with gratitude and deep love for the city that I call home. Chief Lawrence, on behalf of the men and women of the Costa Mesa Police Department, please know that you will always be a part of our CMPD family, that you have made a difference, and now you can go to no sleepless nights, no notifications, and no stress. Thank you again for everyone for being here today to support us. This concludes our ceremony, and we will now have a flyover in honor of Chief Lawrence's retirement. So if you want to see that, enjoy it, you might have to step out from under the stage. We also have refreshments.
Real quick, the interim city manager would like to come back to the stage. He's got a little something for you.
Oh, surprises. I love surprises.
Welcome to the leadership team.
We are.